Bitcoin whales are doing this to Bitcoin now. If you're a Bitcoin investor or just someone who's looking to invest in Bitcoin, you have to pay attention to this news. In the news recently, it was reported that the number of Bitcoins held by Bitcoin whales rose by more than 80,000 to 4.126 million Bitcoins. So why is this important and how does it affect you as a Bitcoin investor or just someone who is looking to invest in Bitcoin? To understand that, we have to go back a few steps and take a look at who are the Bitcoin whales. Bitcoin whales are individuals or entities that hold large amounts of Bitcoin, and large amounts of Bitcoin are quantified as anywhere between 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoins. So if an individual or an entity owns anywhere between 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoins, he or she or the entity is considered a Bitcoin whale. In fact, 3 of the largest Bitcoin holdings comprise 7.18% of all Bitcoins in circulation in February 2021. And some of the people who own the largest Bitcoin holdings are Satoshi Nakamoto, who is the inventor of Bitcoin, the Winklevoss twins, and venture capitalists such as Draper and Silbert. And the reason why we want to pay attention to these Bitcoin whales is because these Bitcoin whales hold such a large amount of Bitcoin that the actions that they take in the Bitcoin market can have an outsized impact on Bitcoin price. That is why when the news came out that the number of Bitcoin held by Bitcoin whales rose by more than 80,000 to 4.126 million Bitcoins, it is something that Bitcoin investors or people who are just looking to invest in Bitcoin should pay attention to. So this news that large Bitcoin investors and Bitcoin whales are investing and buying up Bitcoin suggests a high probability that moving forward, Bitcoin price is likely to rise. And we will see why this is so on this chart over here. The yellow line represents the supply of Bitcoin held by Bitcoin whales, and the black line over here represents Bitcoin's price. And on this chart, you can see how much the price of Bitcoin runs in tandem with the supply of Bitcoin held by Bitcoin whales. As the supply of Bitcoin held by Bitcoin whales increases, the price of Bitcoin also follows along. And the supply of Bitcoin held by Bitcoin whales peaked over here in February 8 at 4.542 million Bitcoins. And you can see that in the subsequent weeks and months after, the supply of Bitcoin held by Bitcoin whales declined. In fact, at one point in time in early May, the supply of Bitcoin held by these Bitcoin whales declined to 4.17 million Bitcoins. And not surprisingly, during this period where the Bitcoin supply held by Bitcoin whales decreased, prices of Bitcoin started to consolidate over here as the Bitcoin whales distribute their supply to retail investors and traders. And after the distribution over here, prices of Bitcoin broke to the downside. The important point over here is regardless whether it's Bitcoin or stocks, as small retail investors and traders, we always want to align ourselves with those bigger investors. Because it is when these big investors and institutions are accumulating and buying up these stocks, or Bitcoin in this case, their buying tends to drive up the price of Bitcoin or stocks. And the good news for Bitcoin investors and people who are looking to invest in Bitcoin now is that these Bitcoin whales and these large Bitcoin investors are buying up and increasing their supply of Bitcoin. In fact, the Bitcoin supply held by these Bitcoin whales jumped to a 2-month high recently. So these large Bitcoin investors and Bitcoin whales are starting to accumulate Bitcoin once again. In addition to the supply of Bitcoin held by Bitcoin whales increasing, the number of Bitcoin whales also jumped to a 3-week high of 1,922. So these two news are bullish news for Bitcoin. And these are what the Bitcoin whales are doing to Bitcoin right now. They are accumulating and buying up Bitcoins. If you have liked and enjoyed this video, smash that like button because it will really help the channel grow and allow me to produce more content such as this. And if you are new to this channel and haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel because each week I release new videos about investing, trading and the stock market. I will see you in those other videos. To your financial success.